Good morning. I am here to show you basic setup for a Zoom account for remote learning. If you don't already have a Zoom account, you can set one up for free at the Zoom website. It's zoom.us, and you can choose to sign up for free. It will ask you to enter in your district email, and then you will get an email where you can activate your account. During the setup process, you may be prompted to download the Zoom client. Keep in mind, if you're working on a Chromebook or a district-issued computer, you will not be able to install the Zoom client. So you will need to continue to come to zoom.us to sign in once you have an account. You can go ahead and sign in with your email. And once you have it completely set up, you can also in the future choose to sign in with Google. One thing I would recommend is adding the Zoom extension. It's a Zoom scheduler from the Chrome Web Store. So if you just went to the Chrome Web Store, you can find the extension. You can search extensions and you can type in Zoom. Once you get to the Chrome Web Store, you can go to the Zoom scheduler. It's by zoom.us and you can add to Chrome. It will ask for permissions. You can go ahead through those permissions to have it set up. And what that will allow you to do in the future is to click on this extension, get yourself signed in this way, and you will be able to go ahead and schedule a meeting directly from this extension, or you can start a meeting. So I think it's a great extension to add where you don't have to go to the actual website. If you wanted to change any settings, you can click on this here. So to simply schedule a meeting, you would click on this. It would bring you to your Google Calendar, and it will automatically make this a Zoom meeting with the add conferencing, and you can go ahead and choose your scheduling options. One of the things I wanted to also show you for Zoom is when you're at the Zoom website, you're signed into your Zoom account and you go to the left-hand side to get to settings. There are some adjustments that are recommended by the district to change to make your account more secure. In the first area where it says in meeting basic, you want to make sure that you turn off the private chat so the participants cannot send messages individually to each other. If you want to use the chat feature, you can have this toggled on. I would also recommend that you prevent your participants from saving chat. What happens with private chat is that they won't be able to privately chat with each other. If they wanted to participate in chat and you had this toggled on, then it would go to the entire class and you would see what is being said. One of the other things you want to do is make sure that your file transfer is toggled off. And also in the screen sharing section, you want to make sure that the host is the only one who can share their screen. Another option that you want to also make sure that is turned off is the remote control feature. Make sure that this is toggled off. And if you want to or have to remove any participants for behavior reasons, you can make sure this is also off so that they can't automatically rejoin. You also want to make sure that you have the allow participants to rename themselves turned off. This will prevent anyone from coming in with a name that you're unsure of what it is. If you go down to the advanced section, you also want to make sure that the data collection selecting only the United States. So to toggle this on, you want to make sure that only the United States is toggled on. Once you've changed your data center region, you might want to enable the waiting room, and this will allow you to clear participants coming into the meeting. If you wanted to use a breakout room for splitting your participants into meetings where you can moderate and pop in, you can toggle on break room. But in order to have this as a feature in your window when you're hosting a meeting, you need to make sure that this is toggled on. To launch a meeting, you can go ahead and click on host a meeting, or you can also, if you had a scheduled meeting, you can go ahead and click on the link that is provided for you on the Google Calendar and launch the meeting that way. You can choose to join with or without video. So I chose to start my meeting without video and to be on mute. I can click on manage participants so that when the waiting room or my participants start to join, I will see them in the waiting room listed, and then I can individually add them in. There are settings in your video section where you can click on this little upward arrow to click on video settings, and this would allow me to mirror effect. If I'm having a meeting and I don't want to see any participants that have their videos turned off, I can toggle this on. My audio settings and some other options. Here's my chat feature. You can see here that my share is only for set to have one participant, and I have it for host only. I wanted to change the settings in this area here. I can choose only host, or I can do all participants. So you can change that as you're working with students if you wanted to allow someone to share. When you have a meeting launched and you have individuals in the meeting, you want to make sure that you choose end meeting for all. You want to make sure that you click on this to end meeting for all. If there was a reason to allow your participants to continue to converse or conduct the meeting without your presence, you can simply leave meeting. But end meeting for all is the most secure way to ensure that your students can't get back in or stay in a meeting without your presence. If you wanted to mute everyone at once, you can click the mute all, and then you can also uncheck the allow participants to unmute themselves. So I can click on yes, and then as my participants join the meeting, they will be muted and they will not be allowed to unmute. Some of the other options here, if you have the enabled waiting room option checked off, once everybody's in, you may have a participant that joins late. You can let them in, or if you don't want to be disturbed, you can lock the meeting. This is another way to ensure that people can't just pop in. If you have any questions as to options that I did not go over, feel free to reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to help you. I hope you enjoy your day.